Hi guys, I'm Moldran and today I want to give you some tips and tricks on gearing barbarians in the PTR or patch 1.0.5. And some things changed, like if you play at high monster powers, as you can see here I'm playing on monster power 10, but it just depends on your gear, whatever monster power you can handle. But there are a few tricks and a few gearing methods that can allow you to play on higher monster powers. And one stat in particular that is really strong on the PTR is life per second. Passive life regeneration. You can see I already got 3 pieces with it. My gloves have it, my boots and also my ring. But after the patch I really want to get more pieces like a wild ward. It's just so expensive right now. And probably other pieces like jewelry, bracers and so on. And the thing with this stat is it gives you passive regeneration. It ticks every 0.5 seconds. So if you have 744 life per second, it will tick for 350 plus 22, 372 every half second. So I'm gonna show this or demonstrate it quickly how effective this stat is. But yeah, first I also want to show you something else. Inspiring Presence got buffed to 2% of your HP per second. So that's like another, if you have 62.9k HP, let's round it to 60k, that's another 1.2k life per second or 600 life per half second. And just to demonstrate this quickly, I'm taking off my chest and put it back on, and here you can see my passive 744 life per second. And if I use a shout now, you can see that's how quickly my life regenerates now with the shout. I have 2k life per second. I'm looking to get this to 3k, and it increases the survivability a lot. And another good thing about it, it's easier to get. Okay, so here I'm playing on monster power level 10 and I'm up against Esmodon. I'm just gonna demonstrate you how effective life per second is. So I'm going to use my shout to get it up to 2.3k, and now I'm just going to stand here. And you can see as soon as something hits me, my life instantly regenerates back to full. And that's because of the life per second. Like, I'm not doing any attack, I'm doing nothing, not getting life on hit, not getting life steal. This is just my passive regeneration on monster power 10. Now bosses on monster power 10 don't do that much damage. It's all about the elites, but against elites you just need 3 stats to get your life back up. And the first thing is lifesteal 3%. You can easily get this on any barbarian belt. Second stat is life on hit. In my 2 one-handed gear I have around 1.1k life on hit, because I also have this sword, and yeah, then you can see it, 1.1k life on hit. And the third thing you need to survive is, well, no, that's it already, is the life per second. Which without the shout is only 700, but with the shout is 2.3k. And as you can see here, my life is at 60k now, because I swapped off my storm shield for a second, but it's full again. And yeah, also you need to make sure that your resist all and armor still has decent values. I recommend to still use Warcry. Some people dropped it, but I think it's still worth using just to get your resistances up on a decent level. And it's the same with the HP, which should be around 50 to 60k HP. I was playing with 90k HP before and no life regeneration, and I actually died a lot. Like, my survivability really went up a lot with life regen, and it's worth getting. And another big advantage of it is you can purchase life regeneration pieces for a much cheaper price than normal pieces. Like, instead of this chest I could have bought one with life regeneration instead and saved 800 million gold, just like that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna show you now quickly on the auction house. Okay, so let's compare life regeneration pieces with other stats. So first I'm gonna look, for example, for an Immortal King's chest, and I'm gonna look for one with life regeneration. Now this Immortal King's chest only roll 1 FX. So here you can see you can get an Immortal King's chest with almost 200 base stats, all the other stats, and 560 life per second for only, let's say, only 150 million gold. Now, what would an Immortal King's chest with, let's say, 150 more base stats cost? So we look for 150 strength and 200 vitality. Keep in mind, this with almost 600 life per second and 200 base stats costs 150 million. In Immortal King's chest with 350 base stats, they start at 630 million. Of course, open end, they can be extremely expensive. So yeah, here you can save, for example, 4 or even more 500 million gold just by choosing 560 life regeneration over 150 base stats. It's like a very cost effective option that you have with life regeneration that's still effective. Like, I don't think 150 base stats are much better than 560 life per second. But obviously, all stats need to be good. Like, you can't just stack life per second to like 5k and completely neglect all other stats. Like, I see it as an alternative to gear up, as a cheap alternative to gear up, basically, for higher monster powers and over bosses. And let's compare another item, for example, Immortal King's boots. And with life regeneration, let's say 200, you can get them for the boots I wanted to check. But yeah, here you can see an Immortal King's helm, 300 life per second, 25 million gold. Or here again, 15 million gold. But yeah, the boots I wanted to check, and you can see you can get them for like with 200 base stats and 320 life per second for around 62 million. It's almost over. And if you compare them, for example, with 100 more base stats, so 150 strength and 150 vitality, they start at 400 million gold. So here again you can save over 300 million gold just by choosing 320 life per second over 100 more base stats. And I think that's really worth doing. And you can get yourself a very good, strong Barbarian set if you just choose stats like life per second. And yeah, that was my video about the defensive stats for 1.0.5. I'm gonna make another one about offensive stats because something changed as well as the new skills that it shows, because I'm not using bash anymore, for example. And yeah, I'm gonna explain it in my next video about Barbarians, and hope you enjoyed it, and see you guys next time.